Is Bellevue, Tennessee the right community for you? We're going to be talking about the real deal of this community. We're going to be talking about pros and cons, and if you wait till the end of the video, we're even going to share a couple activities that are a lot of fun that even a lot of the locals don't know about. So first, let's get a context for the area. Bellevue is on the west side of Nashville. You take Interstate 40 and there's 3 exits, so it really covers a large area. The zip code is 37221 because there's not necessarily clear boundaries. It's a little bit of an odd thing about Bellevue. There's no really clear boundaries. You're only 20 minutes from downtown Nashville, which puts it at about 25 minutes for those that are flying. If you are flying in and out of town. Also, you are 25 minutes from Brentwood. So Brentwood is really it's a really good meeting spot. Historic downtown Franklin is also only 30 minutes away, depending on where you are in Bellevue. It's about 30 minutes. Just a really charming area. They have fantastic restaurants. Population in Bellevue is 42,000 people, give or take. It's somewhere in the mid 40,000s, so a lot of folks. The population here, in terms of who works in Bellevue, it's really people that are working from home, okay? You don't have manufacturing jobs, you don't have office district or anything like that. From a safety standpoint, this is one of the highlights of Bellevue. It feels really safe. If you look at crime mapping, it's actually rated an A+ compared to the rest of Nashville. So if you'd like more detailed information about safety and crime in Bellevue and Nashville, we'll put that link below. This is also a really good outfit for my wife because my driving isn't good and it scares her, and she could wear this and the helmet and feel super safe. We're headed to the Loveless. We're gonna try their biscuits and record a little bit of content. We're hoping to try their biscuits. Here's the deal about Loveless. The food at Loveless is good, okay? I don't think that the food is as good as the lines are long every time I've ever passed the Loveless. So should you check it out if you've never been there? For sure. Is it somewhere you're gonna go wait in line like once a week, even once a month? No, probably not. All right, so here we are at the One Bellevue place. It's one of the newer commercial areas in Bellevue. There are several restaurants. You have DeSano's, you have Eastern Peak across the way, and some of the best barbecue in town at Honey Fire Barbecue. So you have these 3 anchor restaurants along with Bar Louie, Mexican restaurant over there that's really good, and the AMC Theater that really kind of makes this place feel stable. Some of the other spaces are yet to fill out, but they will with time. One of the really cool things that I think about Honey Fire, and across the way we have some really good pizza at DeSano's. Definitely a crowd favorite for those that are pretty particular about their pizza. DeSano's is really good. One of the cool things about this restaurant and that is that they have this green space in between. So if you have kids, it's just a really cool little area that honestly, you look at it and you don't think much about it. Well, if you have barbecue or pizza on Friday night or Saturday night, this place is just crawling with kids, and it's a fantastic, fun atmosphere to be in. I'll give you one con, and that is outside of these restaurants, if you're looking for a foodie, if you're looking for foodie kinds of restaurants or fine dining, Bellevue really doesn't have a lot of those options. It's really 2 sides of Bellevue, in my opinion. You have the Highway 70 side that we're in right now. The Highway 70 side, you have quite a few rental options. The other one is Highway 100. It is less commercial, much more residential, a little bit more green space, and that kind of thing. So entertainment-wise in Bellevue, really you have 3 things that come to my mind. All of them are in Bellevue One place. You have the AMC Theater. They have several theaters to choose from, movies playing all the time. Yeah, a cool thing about Bellevue One place is that the Preds practice facility is here. This is where the hockey team here in Nashville practices. And they do have times during the day where you can actually come in, and they have like open skate times. And on a day like today where, you know, it's kind of raining on and off, you might want to check out X Golf. X-Golf is a newer franchise, and this is the first location that I'm aware of, certainly in Bellevue, maybe even all of Nashville, where they have 6 simulator bays. 2 are back to back that are really cool if you want to have a big group hang out, kind of have a party. They've got a bar. They have a bar type menu, so nothing extensive. You're not going to come eat dinner here or anything like that, but they do have wings and you can grab a drink and hit some balls. If you're enjoying this video and you want to learn about other areas, be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on the next video. So if you're a buyer who's looking for something that is maybe 4,000 to 6,000 square feet, something that has higher end finishes, something that is on, I would say, like an estate lot, maybe 5+ acres. The downside to Bellevue is you really don't have any options like that. You're gonna need to go probably to Franklin or maybe even Leaper's Fork. If you don't know about that area, we have a video you can check out, or you can learn more about the Leaper's Fork area. But that would be a con. If you're looking for something that's really an estate, a little bit bigger, high-end construction and finishes, you're not gonna find that in Bellevue. We're going into the Highway 100 Kroger because they have these sushi bowls that are just delicious. Rice with teriyaki sauce and probably some faux crab. And man, they are amazing. Got it, dude. They had one left. It's the Big Wave Poke Bowl, salmon and tuna. The thing is delicious. Soy sauce, we're ready. So if you're a buyer who's looking for something that is more walkable, you know, maybe even that you could walk to some office space, but certainly you could walk to, you know, grocery store, restaurants, shopping, things like, you know, what you would find in 12 South or Germantown or even parts of East Nashville. Really, you're not going to find that in Bellevue. You have one Bellevue place that has those things. You have the Publix grocery over on the Highway 100 side with a few things around it. And there are some homes really close to those areas. That would be considered walkable, but that's only a handful of homes really in the big picture of Bellevue. It's not walkable, so that would be one con if that's the kind of community that you're looking for. All right, so here we are in the Warner Parks. This is the start of our list of outdoor activities to do in Bellevue. I think this is an absolute gem in all of Nashville. It draws people from all over Metro Nashville, and yet it's in Bellevue. So if you're living in Bellevue, it's super convenient to come over here. There's 12 miles of trails. They vary from sort of easy. You got a little bit of a river behind me, but that way we've got, you know, basically flat trails. But then they've got really, really steep. If you're familiar with the topography around Nashville, there's a lot of rolling hills. If you have kids like me, when my kids have had too much screen time, I might bring them over here and we'll go do one of the most challenging trails. And man, it is a challenge. So for those that like that kind, there's that. And then you'll see people stop by, you know, that are just taking a break from work and getting a quick walk-in, which is really cool as well. So the other cool thing about the Warner Parks is that there's 9 miles of multi-use trail. So if you're looking to get in the outdoors, but nothing too challenging, it's really good. If you're into equestrian, there's 10 miles of horse trail here. As long as you got your own horse and you can get it here, you can use 10 miles of trail. There's also 2 cross-country courses. So if you're here during the cross-country season, you'll drive by and see kids competing. Also throughout the year, there's 2 really cool events, and actually one of the events is sort of a series. It's called the Full Moon Pickin' Party. All through the summer, during the full moon of the month, they have this bluegrass concert, and I think it's one of the most underrated events in all of Nashville. It's on Friday and Saturday night. If you have a music instrument, you can get a discount. But you go and it's just in the middle of this most amazing setting, truly. Rolling hills, beautiful landscape, and they set a stage right in the middle. You can bring your own chairs, and they have food trucks, and they have bluegrass playing all night. One of the cool things, I'm not a musician, I wish I was. I have family that is much more musically inclined than I am, but for those that are musically inclined, you take an instrument, and all throughout the campus, there's like these groups, strangers beforehand, but groups that are getting together that end up sort of playing bluegrass music together. So it's just a really fun, cool, laid back, beautiful environment to be in. Again, I think one of the most underrated things in all of Nashville. So the other cool event that's hosted here in the Warner Parks every May is the steeplechase event. It's a good excuse for a lot of folks in Nashville to get really dressed up. You know, you got the ladies in the hats, you got the guys wearing, you know, light colored, spring colored suits and ties, bow ties. Like, it's a fantastic event to come out and really just watch a race, have a good time, and raise a ton of money for a really good cause. And that is the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital here in Nashville, as well as other local nonprofits. Something that the Warner Parks offers to children that they really enjoy is the Nature Center, beautiful facility, and they also offer a lot of camps. We'll put a link below so you can check those out throughout the year. All right, so right now we're cruising down Coley Davis. We just turned off Highway 70, so obviously we're on the Highway 70 side of Bellevue. We are going to show you the more affordable home options in Bellevue. We'll then get to kind of a mid-level and then a higher level, but right now we're just going to go check out some of the more some of the more affordable homes here in the area. We are in the River Bridge community right now. It has 3 sections to it. Most affordable section is going to be the townhomes. Then they have the single family home section that is both, you could say, older and newer. The older is about 20 years old, and the newer area really is only just a few years old. So this is the newer area, the newer single family homes. So we're in the River Bridge townhome section, and this is one of the most affordable options in Bellevue. These range from $325,000 to $350,000. They're all just a tad over 1,200 square feet. They have a couple of different floor plans, and they're all 2-bed, 2.5 bath. They've got a half bath downstairs, and then upstairs you have 2 beds, 2 baths. What I like about this area is that it's close to Interstate 40, so access, I mean, you're on the interstate in 2 miles, so if you commute downtown, it's really convenient. Different than the higher price point in Bellevue that we're going to drive through, that if you have to get downtown, it just probably takes another 15 minutes because it's just deeper and further away from downtown. Also, what I like about this community, the townhomes here, not just the affordability, but you're also really close to one Bellevue place. So you're 2 miles from the interstate, you're 2.5 miles, if that, from one Bellevue place. Now we are headed to call it a mid-range affordability for Bellevue. So while we're on the way there, I wanted to mention another con about Bellevue, and I hate to say it because I love Bellevue, and that is if you're looking for a highly rated K through 12 public system, Bellevue is not going to be the ticket. If you go to greatschools.org, you can check out those ratings for yourself and see how they compare to other areas. So that would be a con. The elementary schools are highly rated. Harpeth Valley Elementary has won some awards in the past, very highly rated, very engaged community around that. And that's really where the high rating stops in Bellevue for the public school system. Middle school and high school, it's just not there, not where it would be nice for it to be. Now, the high school was Hillwood, where the kids went. Now they go to a new school. They just actually did a kind of a grand opening, and here in just this semester is going to be the first semester in a brand new school. This place is amazing. This place is amazing. And hopefully it does something to rally the community around really investing in the high schoolers. And I know the middle school principal has a really good reputation, and he's only been there a couple years. So as it stands, the ratings are what they are, and my hope would be that with the high school and community engagement and leadership in the middle school, that not too long from now, Bellevue could be what I don't think exists anywhere else in Davidson County, and that is a highly rated K through 12 public system. That would be awesome for Bellevue. So we're in Boone Trace. This is kind of the mid price range for Bellevue. You're looking at the low 400s all the way up to the mid 6s. Size-wise, you're looking at about 1,400 square feet, all the way up to about double that at 2,800 square feet. These were built from the mid 90s all the way to the early 2000s. This area is a little bit further down I-40 than the Riverbridge townhomes that we drove you through, but it is really close to the McCrory Lane exit, and you can be at One Bellevue Place within 6 or 7 minutes. Continuing with things that you can do outdoor in Bellevue, we're here at the Harpeth Valley Golf Center. They have a ton of range mats. Really over the last 2 or 3 years, the popularity of golf has grown so much that clubs around Nashville, and this place is no different. Whereas pre-pandemic it was busy, now it's just booming. So this is actually a par 3 course, really good if you're into golf. It's really good for short game, not a long course. For anything long, I'd probably go over to Harpeth Hills, which is really close to Bellevue as well. But this is a great place. It's locally owned by Stan Smoot. You can even grab a bite to eat and a drink over here at a setup that they have for food and drinks. So next on our list is the Harpeth River Greenway. It's one of the really nice outdoor, just free to do, always available things to do here in Bellevue. It's a 6-mile stretch, a relatively flat area. As you can see behind me, that's about as challenging as the topography gets here, so it's really nice. Again, it's 6 miles. The thing that is really cool about this is that it feels safe when you're on it. And so you'll see people walking, you'll see people jogging, pushing strollers, you'll see people on bikes. It's a very active greenway. And the cool thing about it is that it actually connects with the Warner Parks. So this 6 miles connects to the Warner Parks. So really, if you wanted a long, just kind of relaxing, casual ride or run, you can go all the way to the Warner Parks and back and get quite a few miles in. So one of the things that sets Bellevue apart from other areas around town is that I don't know anywhere that has access to kayaking, canoeing, or floating the river like Bellevue does. The Harpeth River is right behind me, and it flows, it kind of snakes throughout Nashville. But the cool thing about Bellevue is that there are several access points to get in and get out. So it's not uncommon, we're standing beneath a bridge, and it's not uncommon when you're crossing a bridge in Bellevue to look down and just see somebody floating in an inner tube or in a kayak or canoe. So that's a really cool thing, that if you're somebody who's looking for outdoor activities just with minutes from your house, Bellevue is definitely the place to consider. And is really cool. So we promised to share a couple of things that are in Bellevue that even a lot of the locals don't know about, and this is one of them. This is the Morton Mill Pond. Actually, I don't know what it's called, but we're off Morton Mill, so that's what we're gonna call it. It's big, the greenway goes by, and there's not like an official place there's not like a dock or anything like that, but if you're biking by or taking a jog, you'll see kids and or their parents down here casting a line, trying to catch some fish down here. So just kind of a neat little hot spot in the middle of the community that a lot of people don't know about. We are headed to the higher end of Bellevue when it comes to affordability. We've shown you Riverbridge townhomes in the low to mid 3s. We've shown you Boone Trace in the 4s to all the way up to the mid 6s. Now we're going into Reside. These are all right now between the 600s and 800s. They range in size quite a bit, all the way down, at 2,000 square feet, which is not a small house, all the way up to 4,000 square feet. Pretty big difference between the smallest and the biggest. Like, I'm not a math guy, okay? But that's double arc. That's twice. These were built in the mid-90s, between the mid-90s and early 2000s. Compared to the other two communities we've looked at, this is a little bit further from I-40. So if you're looking for a place that is closer to downtown when it comes to commute, this is a little further. However, man, you are close to grocery, you're close to restaurants, you're close to the YMCA. You have a well-maintained community, and one of the things that sets this neighborhood apart is that they have a really nice community pool. One of the cons about Bellevue is just simply the fact that it's in Davidson County, and when it comes to real estate taxes, the taxes are about 50% higher in Davidson County than Williamson. Bellevue is on the southwest edge of Davidson County, so there's even a part of Bellevue that the county line like cuts through. So it's kind of a shame to be so close to the to a lower tax bracket and not be in it. So that would be a con, is that the real estate taxes are a little bit higher than they are just across the county line. Hidden Lake is another thing in Bellevue that a lot of the locals don't know about. It's a really cool trail. My family years ago just sort of stumbled across it. Didn't know it was there and went for a hike with the kids. And we get to the end of it and there's this cool surprise. Okay, so if the Harper River Greenway isn't challenging enough, if you're an outdoor enthusiast and you just like to run long distances or bike long distances, here in Bellevue you have the Natchez Trace Parkway. It's 444 miles long. It starts in Natchez, Mississippi. It actually ends here in Bellevue, right by the Loveless, which is on the other side of Arc. The cool thing about the parkway is this. It is bike friendly, which means you can actually ride your bike in the middle of the road and cars need to go around you. It's set apart for cyclists. So the Greenway really is for tennis shoes. The Parkway is for shoes with clips and the serious cyclists. It's also a beautiful, beautiful landscape. It's a gently rolling parkway that on a Saturday morning or something before a date night, you can leave Bellevue and you can take that to Franklin. You can even go down to Leaper's Fork. So those are some things that really make Bellevue stand out compared to other areas around Nashville, is that you have an abundance of outdoor activities to do, all free cost except for the Harpeth Valley Golf, which of course there's a small fee for that. If you are not looking for that, but you're very active, maybe you exercise throughout the week and you're looking for something with a gym, Bellevue has a fabulous YMCA facility. It's only about 10 years old. It is clean. The staff there we have met and they are really friendly. But that is a bright spot. We checked out the rates for like $100. I got 3 kids, and for a place like the Y, we could go there and have childcare throughout the week for like $100 a month. So seems like a really, really good deal. Again, if you're not really looking for the outdoor stuff, but you still stay active, you should check out the Y here. So if you're looking to move anywhere in Nashville, my team and I would love to help. We promise to treat you like family and make sure that you have a 5-star experience. If you want to reach out and connect with us, you can find our email, phone, and text in the description below. You can check out over 300 plus 5-star Google reviews online. This has been The Real Deal, and we'll see you on the next video.